Hi everyone, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. I am here today because I have been guided to share some knowledge, some wisdom about relationships and loving ourselves and the journey that we're on. I have been doing a lot of life coaching sessions lately, and hi there, thank you for joining. And there's a reoccurring theme that I keep seeing with a lot of the clients that I've been helping, and a lot of it stems from our childhood. A lot of it has to stem from past lives, but a lot of it stems from what we have been conditioned to throughout our life, and how it is affecting us in our day-to-day lives now. Now, a lot of the people that I've been working with do seem to, yeah, Rosalind, and that's exactly with, not necessarily, well, I guess it is, because we are energy beings, and when we are around toxic people who feel like parasites, they are literally sucking the life out of us. So I'm here to talk about different areas of relationships, how we get wrapped up in things, and how to feel and to navigate through these tough situations where we're scared to let go of the unhealthy attachments, okay? So I want to start off with your childhood. A lot of people have these issues, animosity, guilt, and doubt when it comes to how they were shown love from being a child, feeling guilty for doing something a certain way. We were taught not to be our true selves. So in reality, I want every single one of you to remember that your body is a temple. You are housing a part of God and your God space, okay? When within your heart space, you are holding the key to the other side. So, what we have to understand is when we believe that we are not worthy, that we are unlovable, that we're not good enough, that we can't give enough, we can't do enough, what we start to do is we're putting that doubt and that fear into us because we've been either deliberately or not deliberately taught that we weren't good enough. Whether it be a parent that wasn't around or wasn't an active part of our lives, whether it was bad relationships with family members or significant relationships between teenage to early adulthood. We hear so many negative things, but a lot of it stems from the patterns that we hold from our childhood. So we have to ask ourselves, when we are triggered, okay, can you see the people in your environment who remind you of traumatic experiences growing up or throughout your life? Do you see a pattern of attracting toxic people into your life that no matter how much they put you down or how much they challenge your self-worth, you're still holding on to them, and you can't understand why you keep allowing these people into your life, let alone letting go of them? Some people might even feel that they're solely responsible. If I don't help them, who will? They will help themselves. If they truly want to get better and live a more positive lifestyle, then they will seek the help accordingly, okay? It is not your responsibility, and I want to really stress that to you because we are all here on an individual journey, okay? When we come into this life, we are selected because we come up with our life plan. We come up with our life theme. What do we want to learn this lifetime around? How can we be more of service, not only to ourselves, but to others? And how can we serve the higher good in this world, right? So we choose to go through certain things that are hard, okay? We are challenged on a daily basis to see what we're really made of, and can we survive till the end? Can we hold out with as much pain and burden and stress we pile on top of ourselves? How much shit we talk to ourselves saying, well, that person didn't love me, I guess I shouldn't love myself. Whatever the case may be, however that falls into your life, I want to ask you, if you are your own worst enemy, if you are talking down to yourself, if you are letting people test your worth and your ability to succeed in this life, please let it go. And please give yourself that courage to say, I am worthy, I am whole, and I have a purpose here, and I will make it. I will survive this just like everything else I have survived. And just because someone is putting their toxic energy on you, or how they want to make you feel, that is not your truth, okay? You have the ability to stand in your own authentic power, to say, this is who I am, regardless of my flaws, that I am perfect in God's eyes, and I do have something to offer, not only to other people, but to myself. I have the ability to not give up on myself in trying times, because I know that I have something to offer. It's when we shift to that frame of mind, when we truly love ourselves and the things that we've been through, to say, yeah, I might have made a few mistakes in my life. Maybe I could have done that better. But I only did as best I could with the knowledge I had at the time. So I also want to say, don't feel guilty about letting people go, whether it be family members, friends, relationships. If you feel that you are stagnant, if you feel closed in, if you feel depressed or anxious, whatever the case may be, try to pinpoint who it is in your environment that is causing this energy if you are normally a very happy-go-lucky person. If you feel that when you are in your own element that you could be happy, but yet in your current environment you don't feel yourself, then it's something within your environment that's causing this. Whether it be your home, the people around you, the things that you're accepting into your life. And those things need to be looked at. What is triggering you? What is making you feel this way about yourself and the environment that you're in? Now, if you can change it, you need to change it. Don't accept anything less, okay, than what you deserve. If you are not happy, then you are not living to your true potential. If you are doubting yourself, you're not living to your true potential. It's okay to ask, am I on the right track? Because that means that you're still searching for your purpose, that you're still going towards your divine plan, however that may fall into your lap. But what we have to understand that is, if we keep negative people in our lives that make us doubt ourselves, that make us doubt our abilities, that make us doubt what we have to offer to this world, then we are not allowing ourselves the room to expand spiritually, mentally, physically, okay? We can't reach our common goal if we're staying stuck in a low vibration. It's only when we have that courage to reach up and say, God, I hear you. I see that you're leading me in a direction, even though I don't know where you're taking me. I trust you. I trust that you have a higher plan for me, and I'm willing to do the work necessary to get there. Now, the thing is, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, okay? You are not responsible for holding anyone up, okay? We are here to help love, inspire, and motivate others, but we are not here to walk their journey for them. They have to do the work just as you do. You are only responsible for your energy alone. What are you bringing to the table? How are you being of service? And if you are focusing so much on someone who does not want to get better or does not want to grow, then you have to understand it's not your responsibility to make them do that. And if you focus so much energy on that one person that you start to lose yourself, your dignity and your grace, then you are losing so many more opportunities to help people who truly need it or want it, okay? And I have noticed that if I focus on my past and the things that were holding me down, then I'm not as focused on doing whispers of grace or doing the healing sessions that I'm doing. And I'm helping a lot of people. I'm very proud of that because that's always been a part of my passion. So, you know, whatever it may do, like, how can you be of service, not only to yourself, but to others? How are you serving the Lord today? And are you looking for the signs and synchronicities? Are you aware that, if you're having flashbacks of traumatic childhood, traumas, when you look at your significant other, you don't think that that's a sign? Or that you're moving in a new direction that might seem scary, but you feel optimistic about it anyway, and then you have feathers floating down, or birds visiting you. Are you seeing the angel numbers? Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. You can be a loving person and not accept everything into your life. You can be disconnected enough to say, and I don't want to say disconnected because that's a really bad way to say it, but the way I look at it is, instead of having the doors wide open where everything comes in, you're allowing good, you're allowing negative, right? That just allows anyone to walk into your door, right? But if you have a channel, okay, think of your life as a channel. You have boundaries, okay? You can let people in, but only a certain few are going to make it past those boundaries to say, hey, I've earned my keep to be in your circle. I have earned your trust to be in your life. I promise that I will be here for you as a support. And then we also have to understand that people are going to shift in and out of our lives all the time. Some might only last a day. We have acquaintances all the time. You might keep someone for a week, years, whatever the case may be. But most of the time, we do not have what some people are looking for, this all-time love, okay? Most of us don't really find that. And it's because we're on our individual journey. And when two people are on individual journeys, they end up going in different directions one way or another. The people who continue to stay in toxic relationships, and I'm not saying just, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife. This is relationships with your parents, your friends, whatever the case may be. Love is love, y'all. There's so many ways to give it. There's so many ways to receive it. But when you continue to allow yourself to stay in this vibration and to allow the abuse, you are telling the universe that you accept this behavior and you're not willing to stand up against the wrongdoings, okay? Your body is a temple. Do not let people stomp on it. Do not be a doormat. Do not let people tear you down, okay? You have to stand up for yourself. Use your voice. Use your knowledge to say, hey, this is where my boundaries are, and I'm not going to let you cross it. Now, if you talk to someone who is significant in your life and you say, listen, this has really been hurting my feelings, and I really feel like we need to come to a place of agreement and forgiveness on both of our parts, and it does take both parties. If one party is not willing to admit their wrongdoing in the situation, because it's not a blame game, everyone has their part, right? It's not just you and it's not just them. It obviously takes two to tango. If they do not receive it and they try to shift it on you, then they are telling you they do not care about your feelings or your boundaries, and that they will continue the same behavior. Most of it is from conditioning, though, and we have to understand that. They were taught from their parents and their grandparents that this is how they do things. We cannot be emotional beings. We can't be vulnerable or to allow ourselves to speak freely about what we're experiencing or what we're feeling. So it causes us to shut down and usually revert blame to someone else. But the sign of a very strong individual is to say, listen, I know I had my part in this and I probably could have done things differently, but I was reacting to what you did. Even if that's the case, right? You're still acknowledging your part in the behavior. And the fact that you acknowledge that even you were allowing this behavior to happen for however long gives you that courage to say, okay, yes, I know that I was accepting this behavior for a certain amount of time, but it does not have to come with me. I don't have to take this with me tomorrow because this is not my truth. This is not my reality. And I need y'all to understand that you have the power to do this for yourself. Don't continue searching for love because you didn't receive it before. If you have been hurt over and over again, the chances of you actually having genuine love in your life is pretty slim to none. And it's because we haven't been taught the proper way to love ourselves and to love the people around us, to actually be of genuine concern and to say, hey, I care about you and your well-being and I'm willing to meet you on your level. That's what good people are. And the fact that there are so many light workers and people who are empathetic trying to find a way to create this balance, you need to align yourself with the people who understand you, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be in your community. Find yoga, meditation, whatever it is. Create your circle and keep it strong. Power is in numbers, y'all. Don't keep closed off. The more that you help others, the more that you will expand, okay? And it's a beautiful thing when you can give back in a selfish way and not think like, what am I going to get from this? But I want to be of genuine help. I have that genuine concern for these people. And you also have to understand that there is a fine line between living a 3D existence and a spiritual life. Yes, we have things that go on. We're never going to get rid of chaos, y'all. It doesn't happen. You're not going to ever fully get rid of doubt or fear. But it's embracing these moments to say, yes, I may be feeling fearful in this moment because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but I trust my intuition and I trust my God to get me through this because with Him I can do anything. So just understand that you are never alone. You are not going through this alone. You have the support. And if you feel like you don't, then you are in a toxic situation or have closed yourself off. So it is time to get back up, not judge yourself for doing whatever it is that is keeping you down, but just to say, I choose to look at this from a more loving place, and I understand that I haven't been living my life to the full potential that I could be. Okay, but I am willing to make that change and I'm willing to put that effort into my spiritual growth so when I get called home, I know that I've done my best. That is the point. If you talk down to yourself, remember, if you wouldn't say it to your dearest loved one, you should not be saying it to yourself, okay? I used to be one of those people, be like, you're not good enough, who's going to love you? Da, 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 da. I mean, I really was. I was hard as hell on myself. And now I can actually look myself in the mirror and be like, I love you for everything that you are, and I am so proud of the things that you have accomplished because you are going places. You are going to help many, many people, and you are going to be of service to this world, however that may look. And I always said if I can just help one person, I've helped so many, and I'm so thankful that y'all allow me to do this. And, what did you say? Okay. Usually, and that's the thing, we can love more than one person. It is absolutely possible. But if you're talking in more of a relationship sense, like, okay, if you have someone who is wanting a committed relationship but is in love with two different people, that just means that you are not ready to commit fully to yourself. You don't know exactly what it is that you want to have as a good partner that can be that support and that consistency for you. If you are trying to choose between two people, then you're really not sure if either one of them are right for you. I would suggest wait. Now, if you are talking to someone who is trying to pick between there, either way, that person is not ready to have a committed relationship, and it is very important that we dig deeper into ourselves and realize the patterns that we have. How do we truly view ourselves? Are we waiting for the other shoe to drop? Are we waiting for someone to say, you're good, but you're not great? Are you waiting for someone to lie to you? Are you waiting for someone to get attached just to leave? Or like a lot of these fear-based thoughts can really create a really strict dynamic within relationships that even if you were to say, okay, well, I choose this one, you might be happy for a little while because you're going through that lust stage, but eventually it's going to wear off. It is very important to know ourselves, to love ourselves, and know where we're going in life in order to say, hey, this person actually fits into my life and it makes sense. I trust that this person will be gentle with my soul, and I can trust that I will be gentle with theirs. Okay? That's when you should really try to be in a committed relationship. But if you can't do that, then I suggest you do a little more soul searching in order to find out more about the patterns and things in your life. Because it is, if there's a choosing between two people, it shouldn't be like that, because that just means there's a lot of indecision, and either way, if you make a decision, you're probably going to get bored after a while. So just understand that. I feel like people should know themselves better before getting in committed relationships, because a lot of people, a lot of people feel this really strong connection sometimes, and you could have known them from a past life and your souls are recognizing each other, but that doesn't mean that that person is meant to be in your life. That you could have known them and they were completely toxic to you in a past life and choose to do it again. So it's very important to know these things about past lives and recognizing souls. Just because you have a connection doesn't mean that they fit into your life now or in the future. But you know, it doesn't mean that you're ready for it either. And we have a strict mission in this life, and if we lose sight of that because we're too focused on trying to find love outside of ourselves, you know, we're looking for validation, for someone to say, you're beautiful, you're worthy, I love you being in my life. No, I love me. I am beautiful. I am happy to be living this life. And that's when you align with someone who is on the same vibration and moving in their direction. Then when you realize that that person actually matches up with your life, then you can accomplish great things. But you need to have someone who's willing to do, especially for the people who are on a spiritual path and trying to change the patterns in their life. You need to find someone who's doing the same thing, who's willing to do the work. Usually the people that do get into relationships and be like, oh, well, you know, there's really nothing that matches up, but I really feel this connection. The connection is only going to last so much. There has to be a good balance between the two. You want to feel the flame, you want to feel the desire and the passion to know that you can grow old with this person, or at least have really good adventures with this person. But then you also want to know that you can trust this person with your heart and your soul, and that they can trust you with theirs. To say, you know, even if the person doesn't align with your life, it's perfectly fine. There are going to be people, like I said earlier, that shift in and out of your life all the time. If you feel stagnant, if you feel closed in, if you feel pressured to make a decision, you shouldn't be making one. Because honestly, if it's divinely led, then it's going to be a pretty, sometimes it's like picking up breadcrumbs, but it's going to be a natural transition. But usually when we're feeling closed in or stagnant, then it's just allowing us to expand, because in the situation that we were in, we couldn't. That's why we're feeling closed in, boxed in, like, I don't know what's happening, but I just don't feel myself. I feel like I need more, and it's because you're ascending to a higher level that, your soul is trying to say, we want to reach out and do bigger things. So then you start noticing that you're not aligning with people in your life. People start dropping off. You lose friends. You might disconnect from family members, spouses, whatever the case may be. But it's just your soul trying to say, we're going in this direction now and we need room. So allow the necessary changes to take place. It's usually when we're saying, oh my God, I have this unhealthy attachment, and if this person leaves, then no one else is going to come in. That's bullshit, because in order for us to expand, like, if there's no room to expand, you're hitting the wall. But if you don't clear that out, then you're not giving yourself room to allow the more positive people for your next stage in your path to align with you. So really you're doing a disservice to yourself, because you're hoping that things are going to change or come around or whatever the case may be. You can see the writing on the wall, but you choose to ignore it. I don't know why I do this to myself. They always drain me. They make me upset. I'm coming home crying and angry and, disheartened. I feel lower than I did before. You ever have a conversation with someone and be like, man, I need to go take a nap because I feel drained. Like, these are the people you need to set boundaries with or disconnect from, because I'm telling you, they will suck the life out of you. And you have to take care of yourself, number one, because if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. You cannot rely on other people to do it for you. And if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to help other people? And that's what our purpose is. We're here to help others. We're here to find those lost souls. And honestly, and I was picking this up in my meditation too. Usually we attract the lost souls when we are lost, right? But the lost souls who don't want to progress, like most light workers say, come on, be more optimistic, go do this, get outside, get some exercise, whatever the case may be. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. Da, 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 da. So then they're dragging you back in, because then you feel like, oh, well, I can't go do my own thing. I have to take care of them. It takes your focus off what you're trying to expand to. It is not your responsibility to get their ass off the couch. It's not your priority to make them see that they are a valid human being. Okay? You have to see that for yourself. You cannot rely on anyone to do that for you, okay? And what they were telling me in my meditation was, okay, come on guys. That when we see ourselves of low value, when we are not confident in who we are, what we are, okay? Who cares if people think you're too skinny, or you're too curvy, or you're too fat, or they prefer blondes, or whatever the case may be? Listen, to the right person, you're going to be everything that and more, okay? Don't be upset because someone else didn't see your worth or your beauty. Because when you see it for yourself, then you know that you are only responsible for your energy and your actions alone. It's a lot easier to say, listen, that's your fear, that's not mine. I'm not taking that. I know what I'm feeling. I live in my truth. So please stand up for yourselves. Know your worth. Know that you are awesome just the way you are. And there is no reason to fear, doubt yourself. Listen to your intuition. If you feel like you are being dragged down, most likely you are. Quit allowing people to disrupt your temple. Give yourself the courage and the dignity to say, I refuse to be treated like dirt, that I refuse to be anything less than my authentic self. The mask will always come off, y'all. If you cannot be your authentic self with the people closest to you, then how do you feel like you're going to be of authentic service to the world, right? So you need to be around people who you can be yourself, that you don't feel you have to be something in order to be appreciated. Even if someone does not appreciate what it is, they're going to appreciate someone else, and you will too. And that's perfectly fine. But don't stay in a situation because you need that validation or you need that love. It should be a bonus, okay? Because this comes first. You have to take care of yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And if you honestly don't see your own worth, then you are going to keep attracting the same people who are doing the same thing. If you don't value you, you're going to attract people who don't value you either. So it is better to have your boundaries, to know who you are, stand in your authentic truth, and don't forget to chase your dreams. Plant that seed and watch it take flight, because I promise you, they're always listening. They're always with you. So I just really felt like I needed to say that. I love y'all guys so much, and I really appreciate y'all continuing to allow me to do my thing and to be such a support and such a great community for me, because I really do appreciate every single one of you. If any of you know someone who might need to see this, because like I said, it's a recurring thing that I've been hearing, that I've been experiencing in my personal sessions, and I felt like everyone needed to hear it if it's something that keeps coming up. And you know, that's what I'm here for. So if it helped one person, I'm glad, and hopefully it can help a lot more than that. So if you know someone who needs to see this today, please send it their way and allow them to feel the love, because you are perfect, you are whole, you are a beautiful being just the way you are, and you should not be ashamed or guilty for being your authentic self. Don't ever let someone trample on you and your soul. Don't let anyone disrupt your temple. Know your worth. Keep doing the damn thing, and never, ever give up on yourself. Okay? So, I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. And I can really feel the energy right now. So, just take a deep breath and let that light in your life. Don't shut down. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged, and just learn to ride with it, y'all. Because like I said, we'll never get rid of chaos, but we can learn to embrace the peace within it all. It's going to be okay. I promise. All right, y'all. I'll get off. Now, if you need a personal reading, please email me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. If you need to chit chat, let me know. I appreciate all of your comments, all of your love and support, and you are awesome. Every single one of you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.